All right, so building your project with Mage. Now, Go build is great, but what happens when it's not enough? When you need to run Go generate or compile protobufs, etc. Go build that doesn't do that, and you want to have it all in one script. You can do a make file, but they're in Bash, and they don't work on Windows well, and you can't use the code from the Go community in your build. So I built Mage. Mage is basically exactly make, but instead of writing Bash, you write Go. And I'm going to show a bit about how that works. So this is a very simple Mage script. The thing that makes it a Mage script is this build tag. What Mage does is it looks for files in the current directory with that tag, and only those files, and it builds them. It generates a main function that does all the magic and lets you call these functions. Functions are exactly like make targets. They have to be exported functions. And this lets you do, my keyboard is not lit up and I can't see anything. There we go. Okay, so that lets you do something like this. So if you run Mage in here, it will print out the description on the package as the description of the whole Mage file stuff. Each target gets a short description. If you do mage.h on something with a longer text, it'll print out like that. You can call Mage hello, and it'll do that. You can do multiple ones if you want to do multiple targets. Hello, goodbye. That's the basics, but there's a lot of other stuff that Make does that Mage also does. So one of the things about Make that's really awesome is that you can do dependencies. And so when one target depends on another, they will run the leaf dependency first, and Mage will do the exact same thing using this mv.deps. Now, you'll notice that build depends on go generate and make proto, and make proto depends on go generate also. You probably don't want to run go generate 2 times, and Mage won't. It'll run each of them exactly once. And we can see that by running Mage build. And so you can see that it does the generating first, and then it does make protos, and then it does the rest of the build. So deps will block until all those deps run. And if one of those deps returns an error, it won't run the rest of the stuff. And we can now, there's a few helpers in Mage. There's actually a whole bunch. So using exec.command to run things is kind of boilerplatey. It also doesn't do the things that I want it to do. Like the error that it returns if you fail to run something just says exit code 2. Well, thanks. But what I always want is the error message to be standard error. And that way, when I print it out, I see what standard error had, and that's the useful data. So we can go in here. Oops, it was 3. And so by default, this is a Mage package called runv. Runv will output standard out automatically to Mage's standard out. I'm going to do Mage run. And so that's running Go version and putting it out. There's shell.output, which will grab standard out from the thing that it runs, so that you can then modify it, do whatever you want to do. So we can do Mage out, and you can see that strips off the those things. So now, if a error is returned from a target, so let's say if we say I try and run go home, which is obviously not a thing that Go can do. Oops, let's do that up here. Then what Mage will do is it will write that. Oops, that's not the thing. It will take the error that's returned and write it to standard error, and also shows the exit code, and of course, Mage itself exits with the exit code that the thing exited with. And that way it's very, very nice that those exit codes are always piped through. So I don't know if you've ever run Go Run. Go Run munges the exit codes. So if you go run a script that exits with code 99, Go Run exits with 1. And that can be a pain in the butt if the exit code matters. But for Mage, it does the right thing. Yes, 1 minute, thank you. And so one of the things about Mage is that the name of the file doesn't matter. It just looks for this build tag. And so you can actually put these side by side with your regular Go files, and Mage will run just the Mage ones, and Go build will run just not the Mage ones. So they're next to each other but completely separate, which makes it very easy to use. Because when you type go build, it's going to look and see this and see, oh, this is a build tag of Mage. I'm not going to run it. And that's Mage.